Welcome to the Mind of Basketball Podcast, Season 2. I'm Evan.
I'm Ja.
And this is our basketball podcast where we recap, break down, analyze players and teams from the previous games from the previous week. And Ja. It's been a while since we've been on here,
Yes,
on Zoom call. We had that in-person podcast 2 weeks ago, and we missed podcast from last week. But we are back this week. And Ja, I have just one question for you.
Go on.
And bleep this. But what the is going on in the NBA? What is happening?
In terms of what? In terms of the good side or bad
50
side?
points, 50 points, 60, 54, 52, 44, 41. What the hell is going on?
What the hell is going on? Well, it's a new time. It's a different time. These players are more skilled and the rules focus on the advantage to go off and show their creativity each and every night. I'll tell you, that's what the fuck is going on. That's what the fuck happened. I can tell you that. That's what the fuck happened.
It has been 50-point outburst after 50-point outburst after 50-point outburst. I mean, I think last week we had skipped it. LeBron had 2 50-point outings. 19th year, by the way. But still try to discredit him for some reason.
It's not discrediting him. It's just
Josh Hart came out of nowhere. 44.
Yeah.
Your man's Karl Anthony Towns.
New Jersey stand up. Meadowlands, here we come, baby.
Him and Malik Beasley combined for 60 points.
Huh? I got jokes, huh?
Cat has 60 and 17. Your other man's Kyrie Irving.
New Jersey, stand up. Please stand up. Please stand up for New York. Show them how skilled basketball is played. Please stand up.
Kyrie Irving, 60. It has been wild. Matter of fact, I just think yesterday, Saddiq Bey, of course, and it's against the Magic again. Kyrie dropped 60 on the Magic, and Saddiq Bey dropped 51 against the Magic.
And you know what blows my mind about these big scoring high games, which could tell you how different the NBA is now in terms of the rule change and everything. All these games, let me not say all, majority of these games, the players that had efficient games, these games are all efficient in terms of and it's always either 60 and above. You know what I mean? Which is crazy because again, guard or bigs, they're shooting well enough from the field and stuff, which goes to show you how skilled, how creative they are, and how good of scoring abilities that they have in terms of shot creating and stuff like that.
Yeah, clearly it's in favor for the offensive players nowadays. And I mean, the skill set is different. Games change, games evolve. These players are showing it.
Oh yeah.
It has been wild. With that, Spencer Dinwiddie's 2-game winners.
Yep.
Shocking the Celtics as KG got his jersey retired on the Mavericks. Then proving to the Brooklyn Nets that y'all traded me. Okay.
Sometimes I forget that he played for Brooklyn. I'm not even gonna lie. Sometimes
D'Lo don't. That was a wild year that year for the Nets. That was a fun year for the Nets that year.
It was.
But man, it's been crazy. It's been just going off.
Yeah, that's the offensive scoring talent in the NBA for you right there. It's just everything is just bucket.
It has been 13 players that has dropped 50 this year.
Yeah.
Or 13 50-point games that's happened this year. I'm trying to find out all the players, all 50-point games from this season. I know LeBron has 2.
Yeah.
You mentioned Cat got 60. Kyrie got 60.
again. But again, in terms of, well, Kyrie, I don't even know what to say about Kyrie. Kyrie's just from a different universe. I don't even know if you could say he's from planet Earth. He got all right to say that the Earth is flat at this point, because is he really from here, bro? Because I think he's from somewhere else. But in terms of Cat, I think just this season as a whole for him individually, I think people got to start putting some more respect on his name in terms of his talent, his ability, and what he could do as a big, and how he's supposed to be more in that conversation for the bigs. Again, you already know our special guest has time and time again found some way to try to disrespect my mans, and he has been nothing but doing great things this season. And I'm not going to get into anything else. I'm not going to bring anybody who's injured or whatsoever into this, because obviously everybody can talk about Anthony Davis, but I'm not going to bring Anthony Davis this. But let's be honest, Jokic and Embiid are the two best bigs in the game, and that's no debate. Obviously, that's most definitely no debate. But I feel like, believe it or not, in my opinion, I feel like Karl Anthony Towns is more closer within that conversation as one of the top bigs in the game, just like with them. Obviously, is he over them? No, he's not. But it's more closer than what you think. It's more closer than what people will make it out to be. And Minnesota's actually, I got to give it up for Minnesota, because they're doing great. They're doing great, man. And I'm saying to myself, I'm just like, all right, obviously Jokic and Embiid is better, but I feel like in terms of skill set, I really feel like Karl Towns has some more things over these guys in certain areas, in my opinion. Well, actually, I thought about Joel a little bit more, and I was just like, nah, the things that Joel is kind of doing, he's kind of doing Jordan and Kobe.
But that's on the top of the game, right? All that matters is that Karl Anthony Towns is a top 3 big man in this league. And he's only top.
He always was. Who was over him?
That's true. And the only reason why he is top 3 and number 3 is because the 2 people ahead of them are just that damn good. The 2 people ahead of him are MVP candidates. 2 people ahead of him, one is an MVP, and the other one is a front runner, or at least my front runner for MVP this year.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why he's third, because those 2 guys are generational talents.
They try to say Gobert. I laughed. No disrespect to Gobert, but I laughed. I said, wait. Did somebody really just try to tell me that Gobert is better than this dude?
Oh, yeah, and please, show the footage of that.
Also, with your Timberwolves, I gotta say, I got one comment. Please give the ball to Anthony Edwards. Cat is not the future, bro. That man is. He is the.
That's disrespectful.
I'm sorry, bro.
Nah, that's disrespectful.
Anthony Edwards, bro. Then you rank Cat in top centers. Where do you rank him?
He gotta be 3 to 5 right now. He gotta be 3 to 5 right now. And compare to all the centers. You put him over Rudy Gobert? Who you got over him? You put him over Rudy Gobert?
I got 4.
You got Jokic. You got Embiid. Who else? Who's the other centers? Probably AD.
Rudy Gobert.
Hell no! What the fuck is wrong with you, man?
I got him over Rudy Gobert.
What the hell is wrong with you?
You got Cat.
Okay, that's disrespectful.
It's like. Listen.
I already told you, mentality-wise, Anthony Edwards.
Exactly. Mentality plays into the way you play also. His play style does not result in winning, bro. When's the last time, bro? I swear to God, bro. Talent-wise, he's top 5 center, bro. Top 3 talent-wise. But playing overall and who benefits winning, he's not top 5, bro.
He is, bro.
No, he's not, bro.
To make the playoffs, I'll be happy. I'll be nice.
Hey, they're going to put some respect on Cat's name. Thank you.
Yeah, Cat too.
Because I love disrespecting him, talking about he's a loser, he's weak, he's so.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I've never disrespected Cat, so direct the energy towards the person that's
been up there for
done
years.
it.
No, I know he's been up there a while. Tell this nigga that he's been up there a while. Don't tell me that. I know that he's been up there for a while.
Bam still better?
Yeah, I think
Gobert still better?
I think
Bam is better than Cat?
Yeah, I think.
Just look at this stupid little dub nigga. Look how quiet he is.
Bro, Bam is based off.
Wait, hold on.
But speaking of all that, and our friend and Gobert and Cat. I just want to read out what our friend had to say to you. This is what he had texted us. I know you probably read this, but Jadim, I would like to publicly apologize for all the negative things I said about Karl Anthony Towns Jr. Full name. He is a top 3 center in the league. You will hear no debate from me no longer. This is after the 60-point performance.
And you remember what I told you? You remember what I texted you that whole night after seeing that? You just look at when you start to realize certain things just sound like BS. You're like, well, people start to debate BS. You just gotta be like, why am I wasting my energy on this? You just can't waste your energy on it, bro, anymore, bro. You just gotta be like, my bad.
This journal?
Yeah. Hold on. I'm sorry about that. But yeah. But yeah, I was like, come on now. Like, again, situations matter. And Rudy Gobert is in a great situation. And don't get me wrong, he's a great talent. But people like Karl Towns comes once in a life. Well, with the way today's NBA is moving, like, you might see it multiple times, but in terms of like being one of the modern ones, the modern beginners.
Someone don't like Cat. Someone don't like Cat. Well, I'll pick it up where he left off. Well, for me, this was never a debate. Gobert and Karl Anthony Towns, I just didn't say anything because I wanted to see them go at it. John, our friend Cherno, guess that he's been on here multiple times. I just want to see him go at it. It was entertaining just from the viewing standpoint, but that's really no competition. Karl Anthony Towns has always been better than Rudy Gobert. All due respect, Karl Anthony Towns has always been the 3rd best center in the league since Embiid and Jokic got up there. I mean, it was that simple. Matter of fact, he might have voted. Matter of fact, I'm thinking when DeMarcus Cousins was the best center in the league, I don't know how far Karl Anthony Towns was, but he was still up there even then. Karl Anthony Towns has always been the talent. It's never been a talent thing. It's always about the mentality thing and leadership thing, which I think he has been improving on with on a bit. And now we just need to convince our other guest that was on here, John, please show the footage, that Karl Anthony Towns is better than Bam, which is another thing. For me, I was just watching, seeing John and our guest go at it. It's funny, entertaining, but how is that even a debate? Bam is great. Don't get me wrong. But when has Bam ever been better than Karl Anthony Towns? That's just weird to me. Karl Anthony Towns has been great. He's been playing exceptional this year. Timberwolves have been playing exceptional this year. And with him leading the helm, Timberwolves are in the playoff spot. Well, they're in a playing spot, but they're the 7th seed. And if there wasn't no playing, they will be in the playoffs. And I do think, I'll just come out and say it now, I do think the Minnesota Timberwolves will make the playoffs this year. I do think they get out of that playing spot, or if they're going to stay in the play-in, I do think they got to win their game, because, I mean, look who they got to have to go up against. The Clippers, I do think they beat the Clippers. Maybe Paul George comes back at that time. I don't know if Kawhi even comes back. But either way, I do think it's short timetable, and I think they got it. I think they're talented enough, they're skilled enough, and I think they can handle that. So I do have Timberwolves going to the playoffs as that 7th spot. I don't think they can get in from the 6th seed because Denver and Dallas 5th seed, so I think that's happening. But I do think they can hold down that 7th spot, win that playing game, and get into the playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for taking up for me.
Yeah. No problem. No problem.
Yeah. Had a little bit of an issue here, but we all good on this side. We all good on this side, but yeah. I don't know where that again. I don't know why people thought that debate was even like a thing. And there's no disrespect to Gobert. And again, with Bam situation too. Don't get me wrong and stuff like that. Bam is a great talent also, but no, in terms of comparison to Cat, no thanks. I'm sorry. To talk about he's better, but I understand. Like him and Jimmy Butler got some problems, but no. And yes, I do feel like Minnesota will be making the playoffs this year. I feel like they have a better chance compared to because they're in a playing situation, right?
Yeah.
I feel like they have the best chance out of. Okay, if the Lakers could get it together, then they probably
No.
They got the best chance.
They about to get Madison Arena treatment. Okay, I'm about to be done talking about them in a few.
Yeah,
they keep doing what they doing. That's just embarrassing. Now it's just getting to a point of embarrassment, laughable.
I feel like, but like with Minnesota, yeah, I feel like they got the best chances. They have the best chances.
And say that after what they just did to Russ. Please, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Exactly, and I feel like they're playing up to their play style. You know, they're playing up tempo, they're playing fast, they're playing quick. They're gritty defensively, in my opinion. They still got to get better defensively, but but when they do play defense, they're being gritty, and I think that stinks to Pat Bev himself. But yeah, they're just getting better. They're just getting better, and I do feel like they're going to make the playoffs, and I feel like they're going to shock a lot of people in the playoffs. And so finally, he could get that monkey off his back talking about what he only made the playoffs because Jimmy's there and stuff like that. Well, yeah, now he has another chance, opportunity to go at it.
Yeah, because Pat Bev's there. Well, all right, let's move on from the Minnesota Timberwolves. Shout out to all players who've been dropping buckets like crazy. Kyrie with this 50-point performance against the Hornets, and then 60-point performance against the Magic. Mentioned Cat, mentioned Braun, even though. Also Tatum. Tatum has been going crazy. And the Celtics have been playing some great basketball right now. They 4th in the Eastern Conference. They've really been stepping it up, and I really love to see that. They finally, for the past month. Let's not say it's been just all of a sudden. They have been playing really well the past month.
Yeah, they have. The Celtics have made a stride ever since the new year even started. Things just been going their way, been getting better. They're playing more thing, and again, it's because they finally know each other's roles and commitment to the culture and stuff like that. And most definitely, Tatum is an all-world talent. Tatum and Jaylen Brown are all-world talents, but Tatum is the more polished player at this point, and he's been in the league for so long, and he has basically. He's been figured out the game, and now he's putting he's basically putting his foot on the gas pedal. And he's like, I'm taking them all the way. That's what he's basically saying, in my opinion. That's what he's trying to establish at this point. People, we didn't have a lot of crazy expectations for Boston, but we expect them to be great enough to make the playoffs, and it didn't look like that in the beginning, but now it's starting to look like that, and they're most definitely in the right place, in the right situation to do what they always been doing.
And yeah, they've been doing that. But what's up with your boys in Chicago, huh?
Yeah,
it's not looking too pretty right now. They dropping.
Yeah, they slipped. DeMar has fallen out the top 5 in the MVP race. And what?
Really? You think?
I think he has. I think Luka has. I think at this point, I haven't heard much from Ja, but in terms of top 5 now, I feel like DeMar has kind of slipped because now it's Giannis is still there, Jokic is still there, Embiid is still there, Ja came up, and I feel like Luka, who was in the MVP conversation, but he wasn't really in top 5. I really now, at first we was looking at John crazy, but I feel like Luka is the 4th seed right now.
5th seed.
Maybe by himself. 5th seed right now by himself.
Well, tied with the 4th seed.
He's over Jokic in terms of his team record.
Only by like a game, but yeah.
So at this point, I feel like he kind of passed DeMar. I feel like DeMar's now 6.
I wouldn't go that far. But the Bulls have been slipping. The Bulls are only 2 games ahead of the 7th seed. And the Raptors are pushing 5-game winning streak. The Raptors have been playing some great basketball.
Exactly.
They drop out of that. Yeah, we'll talk about it. I've seen it. I've watched it. The Bulls are not good against playoff teams. They are not good against elite teams. You was like, I'm not worried. You should be. You really should be. Because this is Toronto Raptors DeMar all over again. If it comes to that playoff situation, and he does what we always say he's going to do in the playoffs, it's gonna have a bad look.
Yeah, it is. I will admit it is. This is my man's I'm talking about, but we being honest. You know, I love to keep it real honest. This is my man's. You know, I love him, but you know. Chicago, I feel like they're gonna find their stride again. But so in terms of this slump that they're in, it's a slump, and I feel like they're gonna get out of it. He's still playing great. DeMar's still playing great. Levine's playing great too. But I don't know what it is. I guess these other teams just finally have a vendetta out for them now, whatsoever, things like that. But you know, I'll admit, in my opinion, this is my idol right here. And I'm saying I felt like he slipped out the top 5 right now in terms of the MVP race, man. It's hard for me to say that. It's hard for me to admit that right now. I don't even want to say that. I gotta say it.
I wouldn't go that far, but hey.
I don't want to go that far, but I feel like it's getting there. It's inching there.
I guess you're treating your lover harsh. Yeah, high expectations for her. Whatever, man.
But I think Chicago will be fine. Again, it all comes down to when the players actually happen. You know, I know the struggles teams. I know regular season, but again, we've seen great teams struggle against certain teams in regular season, and you already know what happened comes playoff time. Goodbye.
Speaking of playoff time, it is officially less than a month away from the NBA playoffs. It's getting that time. The play-in starts April 12th. The playoffs start April 16th. So to give you a little rundown of how the playoff standings and seedings are going currently. The number 1 seed in the Western Conference, the Phoenix Suns.
Clinched it already.
What?
They clinched it already. Ben clinched it a long time ago.
They clinched the number 1 seed?
Yeah, they most definitely had to clinch that number 1 seed.
No, they didn't clinch they clinched the playoff berth.
Come on, bro. With the year they had, especially that undefeated streak, you really telling me they didn't clinch that number 1 seed?
Not officially.
They clinched it, bro. Just say that they clinched it, bro. Like this thing. Why? Like we should not debate about that. Come on now.
All right. The number 2 seed in the Western Conference, the Memphis Grizzlies.
Wow. Damn. You want to tell me that?
Only a game ahead. Only 1 game ahead, but they are currently in the number 2 seed. The number 3 seed in the Western Conference, the Golden State Warriors.
I already told you, if they make it to the finals, I'm on the podcast, man.
Get better soon, Steph, as soon as possible, please. Luckily, because you got hurt.
Yeah. They can't catch a break.
Luckily, raise your head, by the way, or turn the camera down. Luckily, it came out negative, but he is out indefinitely. They are hoping that he gets back in time for the playoffs. Get well soon, Steph. I don't want to see any players healthy. I don't want to see any players injured. I want everybody to be healthy. Okay? I want these playoffs to be exciting, spectacular. I want the best against the best. I don't like injuries. I really don't.
Yeah.
Especially when there's someone with great caliber, someone like Steph Curry. But they are the number 3 seed. And currently, they will be facing the Denver Nuggets if the playoffs will start today. The 4th seed, the Utah Jazz, who will currently be facing the 5th seeded Dallas Mavericks. I did not mention the 1st or the 2nd seed and who they will be playing because that enters the play-in tournament. The 7th seeded Minnesota Timberwolves will be facing the Los Angeles Clippers if the playoffs will start today.
Yeah.
If the playing will start. And of course, winner gets 7th seed. Loser faces the winner of the 9th and the 10th seed. And the 9th and the 10th seed play-in is the Lakers versus the New Orleans Pelicans. So that's how it's looking there. What's funny?
Hey,
You don't
Zion,
have to talk about it.
You should really come back. Zion, you should really come back, man.
That would be spectacular. AD, I want you back too. AD, I want you back too. But all right, that's the Western Conference. That's
impossible. That's
why
impossible.
you say that?
Bro. Always damaged, bro. Like you expect always damaged to be back? Like that's just gonna be worse.
Why did I come up with these nicknames, man?
Hey, man.
But that's the Western Conference playoff standings. Let's go to the Eastern Conference. Currently, the number 1 seed, the Miami Heat. So while Eastern Conference has been crazy, I mean, I've seen the Heat take it. I've seen well, actually, no, I don't think I've seen the Sixers first seed. I've seen the Bulls first seed. It's been wild.
I believe the Sixers was the number 1 seed earlier in the year, and then the Nets surpassed them. And then
I've seen the Nets seed. Yeah. The 2nd seed, the reigning champions, Milwaukee Bucks. The 3rd seed, the Philadelphia 76ers. The playoffs would start today. They will be facing the surprising, shocking uprising of the Cleveland Cavaliers.
They're gonna get dusted.
Yeah. Don't do that to Cleveland. Yo, Cleveland!
Look at
you better hope that.
Embiid versus the Cavs is basically like MJ versus the Cavs back in the day.
Jared Allen is stuffing them. That's all I gotta say.
All right, dude, come on now.
The 4th seed, the Boston Celtics, will be facing the 5th seed, Chicago Bulls. Man, would that rivalry bring back some memories?
Wait, there was a rivalry? Oh yeah, I forgot. In the 2000s. My bad. Sorry. In the 2000s. My bad.
You can mention anything. You can mention MJ's Bulls against Larry Bird's Celtics. Even though MJ never
that wasn't a rivalry, bro. That wasn't a rivalry.
Well, yeah, Bird, McHale, and Pears, they was doing that. That wasn't a rivalry, but it was good matchups. It was more like good matchups.
Okay, they were
great contests, great performances.
Yeah.
Of course, the legendary Bulls Celtics 09 series.
Yeah,
I believe with D Rose, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce,
Ben Gordon.
That was a wild time. And of course, the Bulls Celtics with Isaiah Thomas. That was good too. While he's trying to quiet his dog down. The play-in tournament features the 7th seed Toronto Raptors, as John tried to calm down his dog. The 7th seed Toronto Raptors going up against the 8th seeded Brooklyn Nets. It'll be tough for any matchup. Toronto, you better hope you just get out of there. Get out of there. The Brooklyn, of course, winner goes in the 7th seed. Loser faces the winner of the 9th and the 10th seed, which currently is the Charlotte Hornets going up against the Atlanta Hawks. That is the play-in for the Eastern Conference, and that is the playoffs for the Eastern Conference. We'll be doing this every week leading up until the playoffs, just to keep you updated, just to keep the standings and the rankings updated for you to know and for you all to be notified. That is the playoff matchups and playoff standings currently as of March 17th.
Yes.
Sorry. This is recorded March 17th, as of March 18th, I guess.
Yes.
But all right, John, let's go into some predictions, let's go into predictions until we wrap this thing up. Starting off with tonight's set of games, meaning Friday's set of games. 7 o'clock, Mavericks 76ers.
Mavericks. Oh, you said Mavericks 6? Yeah, Mavericks though.
Yeah, Mavs. NBA TV 7:30, Grizzlies 76. Wow. Grizzlies, Hawks.
Grizzlies.
Grizzlies, please. 7 Blazers, Nets.
Nets.
Nets. Nuggets, Cavs.
Nuggets.
Nuggets. Lakers, Raptors. Raptors.
We gonna give the Lakers the Kings treatment now.
They close to it. They really are pushing it. But I'll let you predict. Who you got?
I got the Raptors still.
Okay. They're edging it. Thunder, Heat.
Heat.
Heat. Pacers, Rockets.
I'm gonna say the Rockets. I'm gonna say the Rockets with this.
I'm gonna say the Pacers. Pelicans, Spurs. That's this important matchup for both teams. 10th seed.
Real quickly before I even answer that, give a shout out to Greg Popovich.
Oh yes, Greg Popovich,
the coach,
the all-time leader in wins of coaches, the winningest coach in NBA history.
Congratulations, he deserves it. You already know. 25, 27, 20. Wait, 26 years. 26 years. I think it's 20.
Arguably the greatest coach of all time. Greatest coach of my era. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
Just incredible. I love Pop. Love Coach Pop.
Player coach, by the way. Let's emphasize that. Player coach. Never played in the league, but he's a player's coach.
And but prediction.
Prediction. I'm gonna say the Spurs.
I'm gonna say the Spurs as well. They do need that win. They do need that win. The Clippers and the Jazz. Jazz, man. I hope Terrence Mann don't. NBA TV, 10 o'clock. The Bulls and the Suns. Should be an interesting matchup.
The Suns. But we all know those three players right now is going to get buckets. We already know the three players that was going to get extreme buckets, but I got the Suns.
I got the Suns as well. And lastly, the Celtics and the Kings Celtics. All right. Let's move on to Sunday's game.
Let's go.
Or Saturday's game, sorry. Saturday, 5 o'clock, Bucks, Timberwolves.
Bucks.
Oh, okay. Bucks. Make sure, yeah. NBA TV, Mavs, Hornets.
Mavs.
Hornets. I'm going to go with the Hornets. Pistons, Cavaliers.
Cavs.
Sadiq Bey, you're not dropping 50 this game.
Don't say that. We don't know that. We don't know that. We don't know that. You know
we don't, but he's not. And lastly, the Lakers and the Wizards.
No, they beat the Wizards. Come on now. So we don't know.
Wizards.
I'm gonna say the Lakers, man. Come on, I don't do that. I know it's been horrible for them. I know it's been real horrible, but yeah. Damn, man, we really look at the Lakers like this right now. It's crazy, man.
It's unbelievable. In fact, since we're here, we might as well do Sunday's game. Let's play out the weekend, right?
Yeah, let's call out the weekend. Let's do it.
All right, 3:30. Blazers, Pelicans. Pacers. Blazers, Pacers.
Blazers.
Grizzlies, Rockets.
Grizzlies.
Pelicans, Hawks. Pelicans. Thunder, Magic.
Josh Giddey in the OKC
Thunder. Suns, Kings, Suns. Celtics, Nuggets.
Celtics.
I shouldn't even mention the other team. I mean, once I mentioned the Suns and I should just say Suns. Jesus Christ. Probably blow them up by 50. Yeah, Celtics. Raptors, 76ers.
Sixers.
And lastly, Spurs, Warriors. I'm gonna go with the Spurs.
Well, yeah, didn't the Spurs beat them earlier this season?
I know Curry's not playing. Draymond's back, but Curry's not playing. But so then I gotta go with the Spurs, even though it's in Chase Center.
Yeah.
All right. And that clears out. There was one other game, but I'm not mentioning that team. Not even gonna mention their games. They get their own treatment. They're not getting the Kings treatment. They get their own treatment. Nah, I think you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yep. Even if they blew out the Blazers. Yeah, they blew out the Blazers, but 2 weeks ago they blew a 21-point lead to that same team. But, yay. Oh yeah, yay. The other player dropped 46 2 nights ago, or not 2 weeks ago.
Well, they nearly beat the Suns. They nearly beat the Suns, bro.
The Suns did not have their two best players, and they lost on a buzzer beater. But anyway, let's wrap things up, Ja. Any final thoughts?
I apologize for my dog. I apologize for Cherno.
You gotta see this. You're not gonna like this.
Hey, if I tell you what that dude said about nothing, we just gonna go on.
Yeah,
personal shit.
But all right, playoffs are starting in less than a month, and by that time we will be having some playoff content that we will be going over. We'll be sure to discuss among us first before we release anything. But there will be some playoff stuff going on before the playoffs hit, so stay tuned for that. Hopefully. But for now, thank you guys for watching today's podcast. Make sure to tune into next week's podcast. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment, support the channel, give us feedback, all that.
And also tune into our social medias, our TikTok and our Facebook, and our Instagram.
How do you mess up this part every single time?
I don't know.
Every single time. Be sure to tune into our TikTok and our IG down in the description below.
IG, and down in the description below. My bad. I didn't said Facebook. I fucked that up.
Every time you mess this up. Jesus Christ. But of course, once again, I'm Evan.
I'm Ja.
And this was the Mind of Basketball podcast.
Season number 2.
Thank God.
Dose.